Yo, it's your boy Felipe. Hey, make it so low. PIF, paid in full, yeah. Yeah, stay hooked onto NuveyLive.
Hi, what's up, people? This is Andy, the Royal Highness, and you're listening to NuveyLive.
Hey, yo, you're now listening to Hip Hop Uganda Live. It's your boy truly, Sean. Home for Ugandan hip hop, hosted by yours truly, Sean.
Hey, yo, what's up? It's your boy Anonymous, G2 Complex, most official, and you're listening to Hip Hop Uganda on NuveyLive.
Catch us right here. Get it.
I'm anti all the fellas trying to get a laugh. A broke out with a few we can't reconcile. I'm ever giving you something like a clothing line. Performing color can buy the audience is really blind. I'm forcing people to listen up.
You're now listening to another episode of the NuveyLive podcast, Hip Hop Uganda Live, hosted by Sean.
What's up, people? Welcome to the NuveyLive podcast, and I'm Sean, your host. This is episode 11. Yes, welcome back. Last week, the other week, I had Tushi Paul on episode 10, and she had a number of things to talk about. Yes, it was a great time, and she premiered Beta Past, which you can get on her Connects, her social networks. You can find the music there. And also the previous episode, if you didn't listen to it, you can get it from NuveyLive.wordpress.com. Yeah, and we can always talk from there. And don't forget to follow us on Twitter at NuveyLive. That is NuveyLive. Follow me personally at NuveyLive, NuveySean on Twitter. Follow us on Twitter, NuveyLive, Instagram, NuveyLive, and Facebook, NuveyLive. And personally, you can follow me on all social networks at NuveySean. That is NuveyShawn. Yeah, and we can always talk there. Or if you feel you can communicate further through our email, that is NuveyLive@gmail.com. Well, before we had Tushi Polo on, we had Nay's Avatar, and we spoke about the art of sampling. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I would like you to know that this is the continuation of the art of sampling. You can call it a part 2. Yeah. So I got in touch with the not so known to some people who are not within the hip hop circles, but then to those in the hip hop circle is very known, well known. His name is Papa Stein, or Stone Town, from House of Stone. Hip hop producer. I got in touch with him to discuss what sampling is, his views on what he thinks sampling is, and a number of other issues that he had to raise. Since he's not within the country, he's based in Germany right now, so I sent him a number of questions that he answered. So I hope you will allow me to play that as he discusses what sampling is in the next bit.
That you are a slave, Neo. Like everyone else, you were born into bondage, born into a prison that you cannot smell or taste or touch. A prison for your mind.
I find myself losing myself in my words, and the caption of the melodies compelling the birds. They had to migrate, they had to flee for the south, cause the east is getting cold, opinions start to roll out. Barbershop discussions, who the best we can't figure out. simmer down. Peep the message that they convey to us. Ask me what I've been doing since last week. I've been stuck in a basement building this legacy. Verse after verse after verse, so they could notice the intellect that I present on this plateau. Philosophies will draw you to books like Plato. Wishful thinking when I'm thinking of a bigger plan. Type of actions, let them niggas know that I understand the difference between a boy and the thoughts of a grown man that's breaking his back, punching hours in the graveyard. But what he makes is being swiped out the debit card. Easy come, easy go. Should he rock that hard? Dreams of coming to the States, Hollywood, living large. The facade, scheme of the pyramid. A pharaoh entombed by the scheme of the pyramid. A pharaoh entombed by the scheme of the pyramid. A pharaoh entombed by the scheme of the pyramid. A pharaoh entombed by the scheme of the pyramid. A pharaoh entombed by the scheme of the pyramid. A pharaoh entombed by the scheme of the pyramid. A pharaoh entombed by the scheme of the pyramid.
What is the matrix? Control.
So who
am I?
Stone Town?
I'm Stoney, aka Stone Town, aka Papa Stein. I'm a God-fearing, fun-loving, Bible-reading, newly converted BMW lover. I love making beats. I love hip-hop. I love samples. I love good things. I love things that are fun. And yeah, I hate trap music.
What do you think sampling is?
What is sampling to me? Sampling to me is the art of, I call it the art of borrowing. It is the art of borrowing a sound that you did not play yourself. It's not necessarily nowadays when you talk about sampling, people think sampling is going and borrowing or copying a 2, 3 or 5 second loop from an old song and having it in your new composition. No, it to me is taking any sound. It could be a 1 second or half a second or a quarter second sound. It could be a simple kick or a snare or a hi-hat. If you know you didn't play that sound on the instrument yourself, then you sampled. That to me is sampling.
Does sampling still have a place in rap music?
Oh yeah, sampling will always have a place in rap music. You'll have a place in hip-hop. You'll have a place in all other genres as well. You find that during the mixing of a song, people go and replace certain sounds with certain other sounds because it sits much better in the mix. That is sampling, but people just don't know that. But that is sampling. And speaking of rap and hip-hop, today's popular music, people think that there's no sampling going on, but some of these other trap music producers, for example, like DJ Mustard, they're busy sampling 80s music and bringing that vibe into the trap music. Although most of the trap music isn't sampled, I mean, in the essence of the melodies, but you find they have lots of sampled drum sounds and drum loops in there. So sampling is not going anywhere. Shout out to producers like Lil Jon that tried to sidestep sampling. Sampling is not going anywhere, baby.
Whoever thought I would hold a mic today and write a song that would make it feel the pain my grandmother.
Do you think the samples in the tracks that are being made serve their intended purpose?
I think it depends, because one thing they always say is that it's not what's being sampled, but how it's being sampled. And on top of that, it's not the beat, but it's also what's being said, or what's being rapped, or what's being sung on top of the beat. Because the beat is just half the product, but when you have the beat and the vocals together, then you have a finished product, and they both are supposed to just intertwine and just flow. So if one of them is on point and the other one is just, then you have a half-baked product. And to answer your question, I think it's going to depend on. Let's be realistic. It's hard to judge, but based on what we have right now, let's look at this. We have to differentiate between album material and mixtape material. Because the problem nowadays we have is that you have lots of mixtapes. And with the mixtapes, you have artists going out there and picking old, or let's say they're picking somebody else's beats, and they're using them for their own purpose. But the problem is, they pick a nice good old Just Blaze beat, and they're busy making some strip club, some booty clapping music over some good old Marvin Gaye type of sample, and And when you do that, you're basically killing the purpose of the sample. Because right now, everything just changed. The vibe changed, the flavor changed. And right now you have two things that are just not compatible going along, and they're being forced onto each other. That's killing music.
Do samples contribute to hip-hop as a culture?
Yes, they do. Samples. The thing about culture is this. I mean, culture is a lot of things. Culture is knowledge, belief, morals, customs, habits, a way of life. And the thing about music is every single song you actually do listen to somebody, it's a certain time, it's a certain place, a certain season. And when you put that all together, what do you have? I'll let you figure. And here's the thing. Some songs you listen to and they just take you back to the 70s, the flower power days. There are songs you listen to and you think about, the good old late 80s in Uganda when, when you think about the days when the Africo band was busy doing their thing, and you had, Philo Taya doing his thing. There are songs that will just take you to a certain time and space.
Your best tracks with dope samples?
My favorite songs with samples? You mean like songs that I made or songs by other people? If it's songs by other people, I have tons of songs. I don't even know where to start. I grew up listening to lots of 80s and 90s hip-hop, so I'm a fan of people like Dr. Dre, a fan of DJ Premier, Pete Rock, Heavy D, the Beatnuts. So those will definitely be having my list will comprise of lots of their beats. So in Premier, I talk about songs like Full Clip, that sample, the way he flipped it. Large Professor, people like Pete Rock. Let's talk about Pete Rock. Pete Rock's House of Pain, the Jump Around remix, or the Run DMC Down with the King, that sample. What else? The Beatnuts, Contact, Heavy D. Oh yeah, there is that Pete Rock produced track. You Got Me Waiting. I think the original and the remix were both done by Pete Rock. I loved how he sampled on those tracks, man. Those songs had me wanting to be a producer that just sampled. Now, talking about my own songs, that's going to be tough because, I don't know where to start. I think my favorite sampled song is not yet out. But of those that are out, I think I'll have to go with either Nabia Show, which is Lyrical Proof featuring Code and J Effect, or Full Condition. I love Full Condition, man. That sample. I could have made like 10 different songs out of that sample. And there's another song actually on LP's Made. It's called Man of God, and I love that song because the sampling art in it was, I think I enjoyed it because I actually sampled a song which lots of people know but don't really know that I sampled it because of the way I sampled it. I chopped it up and played around with it quite a bit, and the only giveaway is in the intro of the song. When you hear the intro, then you might be like, oh, okay, I think you sampled that song. But if you didn't have the intro, you wouldn't know. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, go listen to LP's Man of God. Right.
I'm a fiend for the fancy too, but I ain't gon' act like staying fresh is occasion success. It sucks when you're living out of somebody's pocket. My future not for me to protect, but I got a pretty chick that I need to protect. So I'm down to die if you find me a nice home. Don't worry about the price, already got me a nice loan. Yani wale watu ukiwa na wow, mashida zina pile up zamana watana now. Wake up early every day, trying to see the sunrise. Early every day, still it's been a couple days.
Riding the grind and wasn't by the ego. I got some feathers on us everywhere that we go. A bird's eye when we overlook the city. I collect it when I need it, hard to think about a free throw. I see confetti rain and think about the weather, yo. It's hardly what I needed, but it's really where I gotta go. The focus on it like a pixel on a camera phone. The future can't ignore the boy like choirs on a sad song. I took a leap of faith and did it with a prayer, Lord. I ain't even stepping in the church, I wasn't there at all. From the bottom to the summit, breaking certain laws. Gravity applying, wasn't flying till I hit the floor. You started praying, steady, hoping that I never glow. A diamond in the rough, can't see him till you hear the flow. From Uganda to the world like a world tour. Sitting on a bus, got me thinking about the next show. Wake up early every day, trying to see the sunrise. Early every day, urban accent. Yeah, you know, it's a tough world out here, man. We just trying to put some work in, you know, 9 to 5. Stone Town, we did it again. We grind 24/7, 365.
You're now listening to another episode of the NuveyLive podcast, Hip Hop Uganda Live, hosted by Sean.
Any final remarks on where people can get your work?
Final remarks, yeah. Shout out to all the fans. Keep appreciating the music. Shout out to all the producers out there, those that make that sample-based music. You guys know the fun that we have, right? I see you, Cause and Effect, Play One, Samonelli, Samurai, LOB, Ethan. Man, the list is long. I can't go through every single one of you, but you know yourselves, my inner circle clique. Where to find my music? Well, pretty much on the artists' pages. LP, Ragged Maid, the usual suspects. Look out for Crackbone's new album, Business as Usual. I think I have like 5 songs, 5 or 6 on that one over there. And projects to look out for. Look out for that, the new Painkiller. This one's going to be exceptional. It's called Morphine. The whole album is just Painkiller Stone Town. And of course, look out for the Sphinx. Yep. Yeah, the Sphinx. Right. That one is going to be mind-blowing. And, of course, we have the Shylist coming up pretty soon. So, there's enough stuff to look forward to. And, the signature, right? When you hear that 1B on a beat, then you know that's a Stone Town beat. Peace, I'm signing out. Stone Town. That problem, Soga Boy.
So every time you hear the sound 2-1BA, just know that is Stone Town. Right now I've been listening to Young King, a brand new release from Baru, an EP called Young King. It features a number of artists like Price Tag, of course. Yeah, it's a dope one, about 7 tracks. I hope we can get Baru soon to discuss the whole EP, the whole process of making it and the decision behind it. And special shout outs to Stone Town for that remarkable and efficient discussion on what sampling is. Even though we couldn't get to him and have like a direct live chat, but I hope I did my best to get his remarks. Special shout outs to you. And this episode is being powered by I Am Music, the I Dig UG hip hop stickers. And don't forget to get yourself a NuveyLive tee and a sticker plus a mug. You can head to NuveyLive.wordpress.com/store and get yourself one, or you can personally hit me up on Facebook at Nuvey Sean, or simply follow us at NuveyLive, and yes, we can talk from there. Or you can hit us up in our inbox at that is NuveyLive@gmail.com, and we can share more info there. This has been a very brief episode, but it's a special one. Don't forget to share this with all your friends and keep supporting us. We recently did a makeover on how the website looks. A number of people used to send in complaints that the site wasn't being well optimized on mobile devices, but I want to let you know that it's all good, it's all set. So have a good time reading our blogs and listening to the podcast there. And I've been Nuvey, your host, and this has been the NuveyLive podcast, Hip Hop Uganda, and I'm officially out. Special shout outs to everyone who keeps on listening.
So you either with a team or it's death to y'all. Like you said, I'm a St. Holmes. Cross my path and I might turn to a psycho. You ain't even in the league of something like Michael Jordan, Norman, Bleak, get with the program. Global woman, the winds of change is blowing. I'm floating, bolting, they're following me like whips. Go up in this bitch, I'm from the land I can protect you. Now, one time for the city that I'm repping. And if you didn't know, now that's the 256. I was given a chance and I took it, period. Fuck allegations, say it to my face and let me hear it. You were 23 kilometers away from my lyrical Jordan sneakers, and by the way, we stole the show, the spotlight, homie, I'm gone. What you chasing me for? I'm already home on the hunt for success. That money can't get, come after one member, you get the whole set. When you see me on the road and you recognize that it's cold, I'm running in flight mode, out of your reach, on the go, on the song, and I hope you can relate. 3 for that price of that one track purchase. I'm hearing the sirens.